Breaking news. Russia carried out massive retaliatory strikes against Ukraine in the last few hours. Yes, Russia carried out massive retaliatory strikes against Ukraine in the last few hours. They used a combination of ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, and drones targeting the capital of Ukraine, Kyiv. Hotels, residential buildings, and civilian infrastructures were hugely damaged as a result of these recent strikes carried out by Russia. 13 people were killed also as a result of these strikes, and hundreds of civilians also injured as a result of these recent strikes carried out by Russia. Now, Russia claimed that these are retaliatory strikes following the recent Ukrainian long-range strikes inside Russia. You are aware that Ukraine and NATO carried out long-range strikes right inside Russia, targeting Russia's infrastructures like gas facilities, oil refineries, and important infrastructures. This was one of the largest drone strikes or attacks carried out by Ukraine and NATO recently. So Russia has retaliated, and Ukraine says civilian infrastructures or civilians were hugely bombarded as a result of these recent strikes carried out by Russia. And Zelensky has vowed to retaliate. Zelensky says they are going to continue with their long-range strikes right inside Russia, and they are going to continue targeting Russia's infrastructures like oil refineries, gas facilities, and important infrastructures. So this is what Zelensky has said, that of course Ukraine is going to retaliate on these recent strikes carried out by Russia. So the war between Ukraine and Russia is still going on. I know most people are not following what is happening between Ukraine and Russia. We are more focusing on Iran and the United States. But the war between Ukraine and Russia is still going on, and there are no signs of a negotiation between Vladimir Putin and Zelensky to end the conflict. So there are no signs. Why Russia is pushing to acquire more territories, especially in the eastern part of Ukraine. Ukraine is also pushing by using their long-range strikes right inside Russia. So they are mostly targeting Russia's important infrastructures like the oil refineries, gas facilities, railways. In fact, this is what Russia and NATO are currently targeting right now. And Russia, on the other hand, is targeting Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine. And Ukraine has also condemned the fact that Russia is targeting residential infrastructures and residential buildings. They claim that these are areas where civilians are more concentrated, and Russia should not be targeting these areas. So this is what Zelensky is accusing Putin of. He says he prefers to go after Russia's gas facilities and oil refineries than to target residential buildings and civilian infrastructures. So the war continues. And I've told you that Ukraine and NATO have stepped up big time, especially in the last few days, and they are using this long-range drone that goes right inside Russia, targeting their infrastructures. So Ukraine has stepped up big time, and Russia is not finding it easy. Russia is not finding it easy because Ukraine and NATO are not fighting the same way they were fighting when this conflict just started. And I think it is high time for Vladimir Putin to negotiate to end this conflict. Zelensky and Vladimir Putin should negotiate. This is all I can say to end this conflict, because this conflict has been going on for years now. Imagine civilians being killed for nothing. residential buildings being destroyed, hotels being destroyed for nothing. So the high time Zelensky and Putin negotiate to end this conflict, the better for the both of them. Because you can't go around killing your citizens, destroying civilian infrastructures and residential buildings, something that you spend billions to build, and now you are just destroying them anyhow. So the earlier they negotiate to end the conflict, the better for the two of them. And I will keep telling them they should never wait for Donald Trump, or they should not expect Donald Trump or NATO or the EU to negotiate to end the conflict. They are not going to do that. They will never do that. So it has to be between Putin and Zelensky to negotiate and end this conflict. So Russia retaliated against Ukraine. What do you think? What do you know? What have you heard? Let me hear from you in the comment section. And remember to like, comment, and share this video, and look out for my next update. God bless you.